So this is your left side hip shift. We're thinking about pulling the left hip back in space and the right hip is going forward. So you want to block about this big. You can use a couple of books, you can use a folded towel. Just make sure it's not too much thicker than this because it's going to be too much and you won't be able to sit into it well. So if I have this block on the floor, I'm going to put my left knee up on the block and I'm going to just let myself shift over onto my right side to begin with and then shift over onto the left, and I'm just going to go back and forth until I start to feel just a little bit of tension on this left butt cheek. So I want to have this glute feeling like it's opening a little bit. My sit bones are pointing back towards the wall behind me. My hands are underneath my shoulders and I'm just gently pushing away from the floor as well. So I want to make sure I'm not sinking into it like this and letting everything go. I am staying a little bit more active through the whole exercise. So as I shift over onto that left hip, once I feel like I can get a bit of tension there, I'm just going to hold in this position and I'm going to think about breathing down into this left hip. So as I hold this position, I might start to feel a little bit more tension build in that hip, through the glute, through the side of the those external hip rotators as well, and it should feel really good. But if you're not feeling it, feel free to wiggle around, shift back a little bit more in space, move those hips over. The other thing you can check is that that hip is not hiking up towards the shoulder. So you can hike it up and then push it back away from the shoulder and just make sure it's really sitting back and the femur's sitting back into the joint. So you're going to do your 360 inhale here, focusing on breathing into the back of the body and down into that hip on the inhale. Expanding on the exhale though, remember we're trying not to have these like upper abs gripping on or cinching in at the belly button. We're thinking, can we get right between the hip bones, little pelvic floor lift. So deep core coming on, not clenching through the rectus abs. Inhale down into the left hip. Exhale from the bottom up. So if you're struggling to feel the low abs, it may be that you're pushed back too far and you can't get the abs to come on. So you can just kind of push yourself forward a little bit. Make sure your shoulders are over the top of your hands. So when you sit into this, you're not going way back like this. So if this feels really good, you can add a lift as well. So if I'm here, under my left hip still, right hip and knees reaching down to the floor, and I would hold really steady on this left side and then lift up and drop back down. So I'm lifting up on the inhale, exhale back down. Or you can swap the breathing, inhale down here into the pelvic floor, exhale, lift up. And so then you'll get a really nice little burn on that left butt cheek, feeling the glute really working and the external hip rotators, and it should open up that hip and it should feel better. So if it's not feeling better, let me know and I can coach you through it again. You may want to use a band for this. So if you keep that around your knees, just if you're feeling a little bit unsteady in through the hips and you want a little bit more feedback, just put that back around your knees and do the same thing.